a live example, not really live, but I can put it on my screen. Who remember the two white guys who was attacked at an HBCU college in September? Who remember that? It was two guys who was wearing MAGA hats, who was at a HBCU, and they was attacked by black students. Who was there? No, who wasn't there? Who seen that? It was a bunch of black kids attacking white men, stealing their property, saying, "You white boy, get over here, get off my campus." You're discriminating on them because they're white or because they have a different view of yours. They were saying some racial slurs to the white kids, no, to the white men, stealing their stuff. And I'm like, yo, this is mad racist. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was two black men coming to an all-white college or mostly white college, and they say, "Get out of here, you YN. Get out of here, you chocolate this, you Thunder Bunny, you in. Get off my campus." That should have been on Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, Umar Johnson, Joy Reid, Tiffany Cross, African American Angela Rye. It would have been on all their panels, literally saying it's racist. And I would have to agree. Now I apologize for calling Angela Rye African American. I apologize. Sorry. I was joking, but still, I apologize. They would call that race. Now I would have to agree with that. So why, when it's black students doing the same thing, it's not?
Brought me up. Okay, Dancematic. Now I agree with you with most of the things that you said. But them white boys that went there, they was doing that to get a reaction. They knew exactly what they was doing. They was doing it for rage bait. They did it right after that man Charlie Kirk got unalived. They knew exactly what they was doing. Like especially growing up in my generation, the rage bait and the trying to piss people off is very very big. It's very big. But I will say, yeah, like if it was a bunch of if the roles were reversed and it was a different racial group and they were saying by N words and all this other stuff, it would have all hell would have broke loose. I will agree to that.
So my thing is, right, I grant you that. They went there for a reaction, but then why give them that negative reaction?
Well, you're younger people, so like I didn't really expect much of it. Like they, I feel like them boys that like they was doing that just to get a reaction, get like a got you moment from the side of it, even though it made no sense for them to go to HBCU because a black person did not unalive Charlie Kirk. It was a white man. So it was just very, very I think they did it in very poor taste, I will say. But they had a right, they can go anywhere they want to. It is public property. I don't really see the issue.
So my thing is this, right? Even if they went there for the reaction, and I grant you, does it still erase that the kids will still be racist?
You said does it erase what?
That the kids were still being racist?
Um uh I don't know with the term racism. hmm, I mean, I don't remember all that it was saying. 'Cause I watched that video a while back ago. Can you enlighten me on what they was calling the white people?
They was telling the white people, get off the school campus. You white boy, get out of here. You don't belong here. So they were discriminating on them or denying them. Mind you, they didn't even own the building. There was the students there, stealing their property and threatened to fight them.
And threatened to fight them.
Mhm.
But when you say that reaction was caused because you was going there trying to get a rage bait got you moment and you got what you was asking for,
No, I'm saying they went there for a conversation. I,
they didn't
I'm
go.
I'm saying right now, I'm granting you that.
Dance Matic, Dance
No,
Matic. They did not come there for no conversation. They came there to rage. They knew exactly what they was doing. They
no,
knew exactly what they was doing.
no. What I'm saying to you is this: even if I grant you that, what you said, they went there to basically get a reaction. does it erase the kids for ex? Does it erase that these white guys expose black students for being racist?
Black, they wasn't black. So you feel, oh yeah, you do feel that black people can be racist. So what power do they have behind them telling them white boys to leave and get your white ass on somewhere? What power do they have?
All right, the power that they act on it. That's the power. Their power, they literally act on it. And did the white guys leave or not?
Well, yeah, I would have left too because I got what I wanted, the reaction. That's
So,
why they left.
so they had the power. They had the power. They got the power. Power.
Like dance, I be trying to be open minded to a lot of things that you say. Like some things I agree with, some things I don't. But when it comes to this, like if it was just like a natural thing or something that was pre-scheduled before Charlie Kirk got unalive, it would be something different. I would be more on your side. But when you literally rage bait them and then you get the rage bait, then you want to go online and holler, cry wolf when you did that to get the reaction. They're content creators. They was doing that to get a reaction. The MAGA hats, the 1350 shit, like they knew exactly what they was doing.
So right now, right? Let's just say right now, right? If I get you on my panel and I say, watch y'all, watch heaven come on my panel and crash out, blah 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 blah,
Hmm.
and then you come on my panel to crash out. Although I got you to come on my panel to show everybody you would crash out, and then you in fact crash out to the extreme. Is my point proven that you crashed out? Yes or no?
Yeah, because they used get yeah, because you knew that it was gonna get a rise out of me. You knew what you was doing. There was intent behind what you did. There was intent
So,
behind it.
so if these white guys went there to expose that they get the reaction, did the white guys prove that these guys will overreact?
I'm trying to get okay. So your thing is you okay. So because that they gave him the reaction that they wanted, that they was trying to get out of him to make the content that they made from the video, and they made a lot of money from that. To be honest, too. By the way, so what you're saying is it's the kids' fault for reacting that way.
It's their fault because do you watch the full interview or not? Before I say
I
that,
didn't watch. I didn't watch the full video. I only seen like a clip of it on
all right.
X.
The full interview, it was a black guy and them debating, and they came to an agreement on a lot of points. The white guys were saying that black people are not held down, and actually, in fact, black people and white people are equal. Like, we have nothing that's gonna hold y'all down, and in fact, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Black guys agreed. Right during that moment, towards the end of that conversation, the students came, mostly women, came and started attacking them without even asking any questions. They didn't even hear what the guy was talking about. They didn't care. They were saying racial slurs, and one kid had a screwdriver. And the one kid tried to fight the man after the woman was stealing their property. So my whole point is this: was the kids justified in their actions with stealing and threatening the white guys just because of a conversation?
Of course not, but they put themselves in that situation when you come up there to rage bait people.
Now you
You
victim
put
blaming.
yourself. You put no. You're not. I'm
Victim
not
blaming.
victim blaming. I'm not victim blaming.
So what are you victim blaming?
That is the equivalent. That is equivalent of me going to a church group, and I'm dressing up in satanic clothes. Me wearing all type of crazy makeup and stuff. I'm going to get the reaction that I want from the people because I'm going there with ill intent. If they came on there with positive intent just to actually have a conversation, it was
They
some
did though.
pre-scheduled. But no, they did not. No, they
You
did
didn't watch
not
the
dance.
interview.
No, they did not. They didn't
You didn't watch
dance.
it.
They came up there to rage bait them. They knew exactly what they was doing. Like I don't know why you being
But you didn't
so
watch it.
minute about this.
No,
They
but
knew
you
exactly what they was doing.
no, but you didn't
That
watch it.
man was unalive literally a week later. A week later when they went there. And the whole thing before we even knew who that man, who the person that unalived Charlie Kirk was, they were saying that it was the black, it was the blacks, it was the black, it was the black. It was the whole
No,
rhetoric from
nope,
that point in time. Yes it
no,
was,
it was not.
Dance, yes it
No,
was.
it was
You're
not.
being disingenuous. You're
No,
being
you are
disingenuous.
because
You is now you are you
you're
is.
right. You is you're right. Correction. You're right. Ooh. Yeah, you right. That's a good one, Heaven. Good one, good one, good one. But my point is this, right? You is being disingenuous.
Jesus Christ. No, like Dance, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. They shouldn't have took the bait from it. But like Dance, that is the equivalent of you. Okay, like in a situation, and not to name names. Like when it came to a situation where you and that female on this app, right? And
Hmm.
everybody knew, like you knew deep down, maybe you shouldn't have did this because of the type of things that women do, and then women play that card right. But she literally baited you. Let's say if she baited you to try to blackmail you into submitting to whatever she is, or she gonna release the text messages, the videos, whatever the conversation that y'all had, rather um it was malicious intent or not behind what y'all did. That is the equivalent of you doing that, knowing that this woman has a history of reacting and doing this to people. You get what I'm saying? That is the equivalent of doing that because that's like you're baiting yourself to get in a situation that you know is going to end badly for you because you are a straight man. You get what I'm saying? Now, granted, should that person do that to you or whatever? Should react that way? Of course not. But I'm saying when you know deep down that you're doing is going to get a certain reaction and you get that reaction, you can't sit here and play victim.
No,
That that is that is.
what I'm saying to you
Mm.
is this: that college ain't have history of doing this, right? Not only that, the guys didn't even have a history of going there trying to fight people or
That's not
have any
that's not
hate.
what you
No, hold on, or have any hate speech. What I'm saying to you is these guys has been known to go into college campuses the whole way through, even when Charlie Kirk was alive. So people just focus on it after he's dead. That don't erase the fact the guy does it all the time. So people just focus on this at this moment because of that. I'm saying to you, if you watch the interview, there was nothing rude what the guys did. Nothing at all. And even the black guy, after he was like, all right, cool. They had a mature, like 20-minute conversation. And it was actually a good one. They shook hands and everything after. It was respectful. The black woman came across, mainly them, and started inciting things by saying you don't belong here and using racial slurs. Then the black boys came out doing the same thing. And I'm saying to you, even if I grant you that the guys came there for reactions, it don't erase that he exposed black people for being racist by accident.
I don't understand how we can have this big racist divide. A lot of you black men like them white women, so I don't really see the whole hubbub, to be honest,
All right.
in my opinion.
Kendrick Lamar, what was the song called? His famous song now?
Which one? The one about Drake?
Yeah, what it says.
Um,
What it says.
they not like us.
Great divide, right there. He championed that song at the Super Bowl. And the song was dissing white people or fake black people. And then got upset that white people didn't understand his catalog of music. But the song was dissing white people and Drake. But then, right after halftime, history in the making. Two black quarterbacks in Super Bowl. But hold up, Patrick Mahomes is also not like us. Because he have a black daddy and a white mama, just like Drake. So they're calling his guy not a black person, but then at the same breath, calling calling Patrick Mahomes a black person. And then they called Drake black when he came out with God's plan. God's plan. When he was giving black families money. He was black then.
But that be the issue is, and I think it comes when it comes to black people, especially. I'm gonna keep it real. Anybody y'all identify as black, like a lot of people have an issue with that. That like y'all can't separate when somebody is like a biracial white passing person versus a black biracial person. Like Halsey is mixed with black and white, but she's like a white woman. Mariah Carey is mixed with black and white, and I always thought people say that they see Mariah Carey as black. Mariah Carey look like a white woman to me. So she look like a white girl. So I get what you saying, Dance, but my biggest thing about it is it be your demographic, especially straight black men that want to consider these biracial women to be black. That is the issue.
No, my issue is we all human. And I gotta get out that mindset also by saying blacks and whites. Although I get it, it'll take some time for me to like basically reverse this or learn it because we are human. And once we start identifying with race,
Hold
then
on one
we are
second, man. Hold on
actually.
one second. Continue what you're saying, but give me a second. I gotta make a phone call.
So when we identify with race, then we are actually accepting the YT supremacy ideology of race. When we do this, so I kind of understand it, and I know where my flaws are. But I can also admit that we can be, as black people, once again, that's me identifying with the white supremacist ideology. But just for the sake of the argument, I can also understand that I acknowledge that part. And I can also understand that and tell you that we can actually be racist. And I gave the example of the college campus. So let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. Let's say
Mhm.
two black guys.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna ask my cousin boyfriend. Hold on one second.
All right.
Okay, awesome. Come here. Now, if you know, let's say like you went to a predominantly black university, right? And that you know that man Charlie Kirk got unalive. And you know what Charlie Kirk is? You seen that video when he got pew pew in the neck? I gotta say that because it's TikTok, you can't say some words. Okay, and you walking by and you see literally a week after this man got unalive, and they was blaming HBCUs, they was blaming black people for his unaliving, et cetera, et cetera. And these two white boys make a stand. Keep in mind, it wasn't planned. They didn't even let the college know they was coming prior to then. Made a stand, wearing the little, "Make America Have" the little Trump MAGA shit. Their talking points. Don't you think that's rage baiting the kids to react a certain way? He said exactly. That's rage baiting. That is the equivalent of me going to Triple K meeting. I'm not welcome there. It will make no sense. Like it's like you're inviting the bullshit.
All right. Now, so let me. Now he's there. He's still there.
Yeah, he's there. Hold on, let me take out my AirPods so you can hear you. He can hear you.
You can hear me, brother.
Yep.
All right. Now let me ask you a question. When MLK got unalive, right? He got unalive, and then black people went into segregated areas to protest in those areas, knowing that these people don't want them there. Does it erase the fact that the white guys were still racist? Yes or no?
His thing is he believes that black people can be racist.
No. I want to ask that question. Answer that question first.
No, that's just a whole different thing.
No. Can you answer the question? Is those people still racist or not? Although black people went there knowing they would get a reaction from them, do they erase the fact that the white guys were still racist?
No, actually no. They were just protesting, bro.
No,
It
my
was
point is
very
they would still be racist, right?
No, he's saying
Yeah,
he's
I know
saying that
that. I know that.
the intent behind it is being racist. Okay, because back then, you know, segregation was a big thing in a race divide in America. So I will give you the fact that yes, the white people was racist, but keep in mind, white people are the majority in America.
So my point is, no matter the reaction, you went there to gain reaction. The same way civil rights did. Civil rights movement, they went marching down Selma and back and forth to boycott in racist areas, and then got hosed down and sick with dogs.
So Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the scenario again. Okay, me being gay, right?
No,
Me
hold on,
going
Heaven.
into a pro black Christian church.
Hold on,
What
Heaven.
reaction I'm gonna
No,
get?
hold on, Heaven. And finish my point. So, if black people know that this area is segregated, they know for a fact, by law, by policy, whatever, then you go marching there, knowing you're knowing that white people would throw rocks at you and attack you, and you went there anyway, knowing that they're gonna stick dogs on you and holes on you, right? Because you don't belong there. You know this, right? So my point is, even if you do that, which you agreed earlier, it don't justify their actions. I agree with you on that part. The part that I'm trying to understand is that even if you know that this area don't want you over there, it don't erase that the people over there reacting are racist. Still a fact.
Okay.
But they were following.
No, he's saying because you know segregation was a thing where black people could not go to certain areas, and they went there and protest in them areas. So he's basically was saying because I was saying that they was inciting hatred when that white man came to that black college when he knows the rhetoric that was going to spit around the media. So he's trying to make it, but segregation that was a different validity of a situation. It's not the same.
No, I'm saying the people. That's what I'm saying. The individuals on the side. Black people was trying to get a reaction from racists to prove to the world that these people are racist, and they succeeded
And they
in it.
did it.
So
Yeah.
my whole point is the people still gave them the tools they need to push that they were racist. The white people on the other end was still racist. So what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying to you is
Nasmatic.
on the college campus, even if I grant you that they went there for a reaction, they still got the reaction, a racist reaction. That still exists.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? Okay. So why do you feel that me calling a white person a cracker is the same energy and same history behind them calling me the hard ER?
First of all, I never said that. And number one, the history of
But,
cracker
but
don't
that's but
come
that's but that's what you're saying. A cracker is
racial
not.
slur.
It's not the same racial slur as it when it comes to calling
It's not
somebody
the
the N
same
word.
racial
There's not a
slur.
lot of history and a lot of trauma behind that. Now, granted, told you multiple times, black people we can be hateful, we can be bigoted, but we cannot be racist.
All
We,
right.
we are a minority in America. Now, granted, I will say if like in South Africa, if we're the predominant, or a certain African country, the predominant is like a small minority of white people, then I will change my mind because it's a power dynamic. We are the majority there. It is
All right.
different. It's different, Dansmatic. It's different.
So name a city right now that's majority black. Name one.
You said name of what?
A city that's majority black.
A city? Atlanta.
All right, Atlanta. Majority black. And then white people move in that area, they would be considered what? The minority now, right?
They're not by the area. I'm talking about in the country. That's different.
No. Country still the area. This is the bigger area. I'm going for the example of how it could work. So if
Okay.
Atlanta majority black and
hmm
white people move in that area, they can't experience racism from the majority of those people.
They can't experience racism because at the end of the
So
day, they're in America, and America is a known white country. The
so
ideal model American family is a white wife with 3 kids and a picket white fence. That's how it's been for generations.
so watch this. When you have black people going to the hood, right?
hmm
Meaning us, and then you have Chinese people in the neighborhood who get picked on because they're Chinese. And we're told them you eat cats and dogs when we don't know if this individual actually eat this. And then we beat them up and rob them. And we give them mysterious Chinese names that we see on a Saturday morning Chinese flick. Is that racist or not?
Okay, you know how I'm gonna feel, but I'm gonna ask my cousin boyfriend. So, is when
No,
you know like
answer
when
first.
Asian people.
Answer first, Heaven. Answer
Mhm.
first. Answer first, then you can ask me a question after.
we can't we okay because you said Asians, right? I said we could be racist and prejudiced towards other minorities. We can't do that, but not towards white people.
That's not true.
I know, but like
he, said, he said, that's not true.
because you trying to make it sound like that black people there's no power behind our racism. But y'all didn't
I
say
just
that
gave
with
you an
y'all.
example.
Well, hold on one second. Y'all didn't say that with y'all. Emperor Trump was like they are eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
He
And I
didn't say
quote.
direct race. He
And
said,
then he called the COVID. Then he called the C-19 the Chinese virus. He said when the
no,
reporter
you're going
asked him
too far.
why would you say that? Well, hold on. The
He,
reporter hold on
yo,
wait a second, Dance. No, the
no,
reporter
you didn't
asked
answer my
him.
question.
You didn't think that's racist? He
You
was
didn't answer
he
my
was.
question
What was the question?
about the black person to the Chinese person. Is that person being racist? And you brought up Trump out of nowhere. I'm asking you, is this
No,
person?
because of the cats and dogs thing.
No, I'm asking, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. Yo, if a black person say, "Hey, Ming Ling, get my chicken," and a lady name could be Cindy. Her name could be Cindy, but we call her all kind of prejudged names, right? We just
Uh-huh.
automatically say that the person eat cats and dogs with no history of this individual eat cats and dogs. Then we say get out of the neighborhood and beat them up because they're Chinese. So therefore, black people do this sometimes. You know, you from the hood. So I'm saying, is that racist?
Is that racist? Yes, that is.
So black people can be racist. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you.
Black people be racist towards other minorities. Yes, they can.
So black people can be racist.
No, we can't be racist to white people. There's no
What?
power behind.
You're going back to white people. I said racist. Couldn't be racist. That's the answer. That's the question. Everybody, I got Heaven to admit we could be racist, y'all. So you know the theme song come on, right?
You gave me the gift of a little sister, and I'm proud of you today. I wish you love and goodwill. I wish you praise and joy.
Go ahead, man.
I wish
Give her a round
you
for Heaven.
happy
Round of applause for Heaven, y'all.
and your first kiss from a boy.
Go ahead, Heaven.
Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa.
You muted Heaven? What happened? Heaven, like, listen. Come on, cuz.
I'm back now. Now, what shit you was talking?
Nah, I got you on that one. You said, all right. That was racist. That's all I wanted to hear, bro.
Yeah, that was racist. We racist towards other minorities. We can't be racist towards the whites.
So black people could be racist.
Yeah, towards minorities, yes.
No, told anybody.
No, we cannot be Dance. Listen, listen, Dance.
I'm
Listen.
gonna give you another example. Another example. I'm gonna just tell me it's a racist or not. All right.
Okay.
I said it to you before to Miss K, but she didn't comprehend it right. And I know you got more. Not throw a shot at Miss K, but you have more common sense than Miss K. And not even trying to play her. I really honestly feel this way, right? So if a white cop pull over a black man and say, "You got a gold chain, you sell smugs," is that cop being prejudiced to the black guy?
Because he said that he needs to change it, like he's selling smugs.
No, he said he is because he
He
got
is selling the. No, he's being racist because he knows the stereotypes that a lot of black community people have in America.
no, but
He's being racist.
he's being prejudiced by that. So it's racist. I agree with that. But now, if a white man, if a black man sees a mysterious white man walking and say, "You own slaves and you racist," automatically just prejudges motherfucker without any evidence to prove that. Is that black guy being prejudiced towards a white guy because of a white stereotype?
Being prejudiced towards a white guy because of the white stereotype, yes.
So therefore, he could be racist. It's right here.
We can be prejudiced
Towards a white person because they're white. That's racist.
But okay, but here's the thing, Dance. Right? Okay, let me entertain this conversation more. Okay, I grant it. Okay, if that is true, okay, whatever, I'll let you have that. But here's the thing that you never really ever answer. Is it the same? Is it the same type of power dynamic from a white person to a black person
It
in
can
America?
no. It can be. You said, is it? Explain.
Is it?
Hold on. Explain it more, because I'm not really coming to saying. Explain more.
Okay, so the equivalent, like I said, when it comes to the racial slurs, you said like calling white people racial slurs. So a cracker in your head is a very derogatory slur for white people.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So does it have the same intent and the same history behind when it comes to a white person calling somebody the N-word or calling them slaves and monkeys and shit?
No.
Is it the same thing?
No, not the same thing. But
okay,
it's still a racial slur. What I'm saying.
But what I'm trying to get you to understand is the power dynamic. It's a different thing. I get what you're saying because I even told Miss K and them. I said if you being racist towards a white person and you being hateful towards a white person, calling them crackers and somehow they incest babies and all type of things like that. If the white person call you the N-word, you got what was coming to you. I believe in fair game. Like you're not gonna let nobody sit and disrespect you and expect them not saying them back to you. That's not reality. This is the real world.
So therefore, by your point, you think it's equal.
Yes, equal. Hell yeah. Like that's anybody when you're in a one-on-one argument and you calling this white man inbred. My bad. You calling this white man an inbred white man, and he call you a monkey. That's equal.
No, the point that I was trying to get you to understand, you fell for my trap. Because my point is, by me saying no, it's not equal, because I was trying to let you finish get your point across to explain to you why I don't think it's equal because we give it more power. We
Hmm.
react way more. Like, oh, how dare you? So therefore, you're putting more power in the N word than they're giving power to the C word. But I'm saying both of them are actual racist slurs. So when your own point, you just said that you will allow someone to use the N word if they was called the C word, then you is treating them as
No, I didn't say I was gonna allow it, but I believe in equal fair game. Like when you've been
so. Therefore,
disrespectful,
you believe they're
you've been
equal.
disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. If I ask, you believe that it's equal, so your argument still falls apart.
I didn't say it was equal. I said it was fair game. I never said it was equal. Fair game does not mean equal. It's not synonymous.
No, no, I asked if it was equal. You say yeah. So you probably didn't hear me. I give you that. I give you that.
Like here's my thing, right? When it comes to this, and I see the only time I really see the racism shit and the talking points is on this app. I really do not see this stuff happening in regular day. I really don't. Like, yeah, when people get drunk and I seen little bar videos and people call each other racial slurs, but like, hell, you say the wrong thing, you're gonna get punched. That's on you. I don't have nothing to do with that. So, like, you just can't be disrespectful and expect people not to say nothing disrespectful back. That's all I'm saying. I do believe in fair game. I do believe. I do.
And I actually agree with fair game when it comes to that too. I do.
Cause
Yo,
like that's like if you call me a fat bitch and I'm like, okay, you built like a toothpick. Like it's fair game. Like you
like
can't
when I
you
called
can't.
this shorty a sexy hippo, you can't get mad at me for saying you came at me,
And she called you with what said you like a highlighter in your profile picture,
and she called me
which
for
that and
saying
the outfit looked nice. I didn't see the issue with it. It looks nice.
it's stupid, bro. I mean, bro.
But I do got to get about this thing about black women. We have to talk about the black women. Actually, no, not just black women, women in general. I feel like a lot of women have a lack of accountability in today's society versus back in the day when they used to be more accountable for the things they say and do. I feel like that when it comes to like I was on Ricky's panel and this black lady was just being very belligerent and disrespectful. Like I told her, I'm like, you've been delusional, broad. You need to calm down. So then she got saying, "Oh, I'm this, that, and third. You can't talk to me like that." And everybody in the group champion because she's a black woman. But I said, "But she's being disrespectful. Just because it takes respect to give respect. Just because you're a woman does not mean you obligated to respect. Just because you're a man does not mean you obligated to respect. Respect is earned. It's not just given. That is what my dad taught me. You can't go around being disrespectful and expect people to respect you. That's not reality."
I agree. So hold on before, because Mike said something about you real fast, Heaven. But before I get to that point, um,
Heaven is a flip
that's
flopper. I'm not a flip flopper. I just call it out on both sides. But continue, Black Demon.
you call me a black demon.
But no, until I like Mike, Black Demon. But since everybody likes saying that I'm so problematic, I'm flip flopper. Salutation, monkeys.
Yeah.
I have such high expectations for you.
Yo, if anyone don't get it confused, that's a Freezer reference.
Yes, you know they're gonna
It's
clip it,
from
and
Dragon
I'm
Ball
gonna
Z.
be a
It's a
coon. I'm
Freezer.
gonna be a coon. They gonna flip it, and I'm gonna be a coon.
Yeah. Yo, so Jess, the floor is yours. Go ahead, Jess.
Okay, so I have a question for the guy that you have on the panel. So
Yes,
let's
Demon.
just say you have a yeah, so you're talking about words, but what happens when a person does something to another person because of the color of their skin? So for instance, a black woman is a hairdresser and a white woman comes in with a bandana on her head and the black woman decides to shave her head completely bare because she's white and she shouldn't have that bandana on. What do you say about that? Do you think that's racist?
Do I think if a white woman walking around with a bandana and the black woman shave her head, like going to the hairdresser, is what you said?
Right. So the scenario is the white woman wears bandanas.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to get her hair cut, and the black woman gets offended that a white woman is wearing something on her head because only black people can do that. White women don't have a right to do that. So she decides when she's cutting the white woman's hair to use clippers and shave it. Is that racist?
Is that racist? Um, I'm trying to just picture the scenario. Like, if it is okay. in order for things to be deemed racist, there's got to be a racist annotation connected to the hate crime. Would be a racial hate crime or hate crime in general. There's different variations in the justice system.
Right.
I will
Only
say,
did it because a white woman is white and she shouldn't be able to wear a quote head rag. It's a bandana, but a quote head rag on her head.
to be honest with you, because it's such a you made it such a broad question. I really don't know. It could be deemed a hate crime, or you just being hateful in general.
How
But I don't
is
know
that?
if it's not
Broad.
if
And if
it,
it's a hate crime, isn't
in
it
order for, like
racist?
okay, if me and Dan Smatic are fighting and we just have a normal fight and we just call each other bitch ass n words or whatever like that, it would just be a violent crime. But if like Mike is, I mean, so like Mike, if Dan Smatic is getting the better of me, he calling me FAGs and saying derogatory things for me being gay, there'll be a hate crime. It has to be something that takes it to be a hate crime or be a racial hate crime. Like if if Dan Maddox was fighting a white man and the white man gets a call to him the N word and stuff like that, there will be a racial hate crime for the things that is proven that he was saying that things in that altercation. You get
Right.
what I'm
I'm
saying?
asking a very specific question. I'm just really interested what the in general what the black community how they feel about the scenario of a white woman wearing a head rag or a bandana, and then because she wore that and she's white, the black woman shaving her head.
Yeah,
Like,
I
do you
don't
blame the
know.
white woman or do you blame the black woman? Do you think that the black woman did something that was racist, or do you think the white woman was asking for it because she did something that y'all thought was in your culture?
But I mean, but that could be reversed too. Like if a white woman feels weird for a dark skinned woman to be having blonde
Right.
hair in
But
her
this is
head,
a
it could be the
specific
same
situation.
thing.
So let me just break it down. About 7 years ago, I went into a Great Clips to get my hair cut. I'm a woman. Women like their hair. I was wearing a bandana. The black woman put me in the chair and stone cold 100% shaved my head down to a 1
What the?
Oh, so
because I was
this
wearing a
is a
bandana.
personal thing. Okay.
This is personal.
What the?
I complained to the company. They gave me the haircut for free. And the next time that I went in, the woman was still there. They did not fire her. And she straight up told me, because I was still wearing a bandana on my head, that I didn't belong there and I shouldn't be wearing that stuff because white women don't have a right to wear black people clothing or black people stuff. And we're talking about
Oh yeah.
bandanas. Like I
Oh
buy them
yeah.
at Hobby Lobby. Like they're bandanas.
Oh yeah. Because I forgot when it comes to white people, they call it culture appropriation. I do anything that's in the urban culture. Yes, I remember those types of skills. I get what you're saying. I will say that I personally like if I see a black woman with fucking blonde hair, I wouldn't care. If I see a white woman with fucking cornrows, I wouldn't care. I don't really see the thing about it is, but keep in mind I'm not a black woman, so I don't really understand the whole severity of the thing. Just like I don't care if a white man gets dreads, even though they look horrible, but it is what y'all
Right.
look
The
at,
host
so
is
it's
saying,
bad.
though, that black people can be racist and they can do racist things to white people.
They
Right.
can do racist. They can do racist. They can do hateful things towards white people, prejudice things towards white people. But black people can be racist to other minorities. Yes, I just don't feel that they can be racist towards white
You
people,
don't
in
think
my
that was
opinion.
racist?
Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to play a clip of an audio of a clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
That happened in Boston of a white girl being jumped by a bunch of black girls because they said white girls can't have braids. Listen.
Young teenage girls are charged in the brutal beating of a young woman in downtown Crossing. Witnesses say as many as 20 teens swarmed that victim before the attack. Boston 25 News reporter Drew Creed is live in downtown Crossing, where Drew, police say it's a group really been harassing the area for a few weeks now.
Carrie, investigators say teenagers have been attacking people and vandalizing businesses here in downtown Crossing. Witnesses say as many as 20 teen girls as young as 12 pounced on a young woman, punching and stomping on her, all apparently because of her hairstyle.
I see them chasing after her, pounding on her, knocked her off her bike and just got on her and kicking her, punching her.
The unprovoked attack that Christopher Jackson says he witnessed by the flower stand he works at involved a large group of violent teenage girls and a young woman who was trying to get away from them.
And I heard them saying something to the white girl. She had braids. The one that they beat up.
A police report says the attacker shouted white expletive with braids before the beatdown near the intersection of Washington and Winter Streets Monday night just before 7. When witnesses tried to intervene, police say the teens got violent with them too.
And they were going after them. I mean, little girls after adults.
A responding officer says one of those girls yelled at him, "What you want to do?" before being met with a sudden punch to his face. A police report says the teens also attacked other responding officers and hurled racially motivated insults at them. And what's reportedly just the latest in a recent barrage of juvenile incidents in the area, involving fighting, disturbances inside businesses, vandalism, assaults on citizens and police officers, and civil rights violations.
They always here, they always fight. And I was called the cop.
The owner of Black Seed Cafe says the cops were called to his restaurant last month for a wild fight involving teens. And just 2 days before that, police say aggressive teens attacked an 81-year-old man inside a nearby McDonald's. Earlier that same day, investigators allege that a group of juveniles began shouting Black Lives Matter inside Silvertone Bar after the staff there refused to serve them alcohol. Police say those teenagers spat on an employee and customers before shattering the front door of the establishment.
Customer didn't want to come here because of them. It would be nice if they take care of him.
The police report says the 5 teenagers charged in last night's attack were the main aggressors captured on a cell phone video. As for whether the beating is being investigated as racially motivated, police say the department's civil rights unit has been notified.
So Heaven, are those black girls racist? Yes or no?
What did you say?
Were those black teens, are those black girls racist?
That was prejudice.
Okay, I
They
have a
harm someone because of a prejudice. That's racist.
right. I have a question for you. What if I was the hairdresser and the black woman was the one in the chair and I shaved her head because she was wearing like a Britney Spears type of hairdo?
You was racist.
This woman didn't lose her job and she did the exact same thing to me. And it's not racist that she did it to me, but it would be racist if I did it
It was
to her.
it was prejudice that you did it to you, but it wasn't racist, honey.
So hold on, Heaven. So you're saying
Prejudice leads to racism.
Hold on, so Heaven. So you're saying that when a white girl shaved off the black girl hair because of a Britney hairstyle, the white girl is racist. But then when a black girl shaved the white girl hair because she was probably wearing the brat style, it's prejudice. Like how can I find weird, Heaven? Let me ask you a question, Heaven. Real talk. Another question. Do you think black people could be ignorant that they put their mind to?
They could be ignorant. Anybody can. Yes, it's human nature.
So I'm saying black people could be like they could be a superstar. They could be a engineer, plumber, a lawyer, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could be whatever they put their mind to, right? You agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
So why they can't be racist when they put their mind to that?
Because well, in America, like I explained to you, white people are the majority in here. They make up the whole population. We only make up what I believe. I think they said it was 60 million black people in America.
Listen, I'm gonna call this shit out. That here's the left. I'm not saying you, Kevin, but most of the extreme left would say this, right? A man could be a woman, and a man can't ever be a woman. But then turn around and say a black person can't be racist. What the fuck are we talking about? So a
I have a
man
question too.
can identify as a woman with a whole ding-a-ling-a-ling, school bell a ring, right? Booyaka. A whole
Oh my God.
ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Okay.
Yeah, but you crazy. A whole ding-a-ling-a-ling could be
And
a
like, I
woman.
think there's this misnomer that that a white American holds all the wealth. But do you know who the wealthiest people in America are?
Ask the question again to happen.
Are you speaking to me?
I think so.
Yes. Who are the wealthiest in
Who is the wealthiest
America?
people?
Like, what race is the wealthiest in America?
I don't know, Mighty Splinter. You tell me.
The Asian population are the wealthiest people in America. Whites are actually not that wealthy. They don't really hold as much power as you think they do in today's society in America.
Mm.
To that you say what?
Wait, so y'all arguing the wealth thing. I never said that white people was a majority wealthy people in America. I don't really believe in that, honestly, because when
But
it
you're
comes to
saying
wealth,
that white people hold more power and white people are better than black people because white people are the majority, but they're really not.
so should we switch? So what you're saying, the black people that feel this way, switch it towards the Asians or the thing like that? I'm just curious.
I'm sorry, I'm having poor connection. Hold on. I think it's better. Okay, ask
Okay,
that
okay,
again.
okay. So here's my thing. Even if I say that black people can be racist, it's like calling you a cracker versus you calling me the N word. It's equal playing around. Like I said, when it comes to individual people being hateful, because I believe what you put out into the world, you get back. You can't be hateful and expect people not saying hateful back to you just because you're a black person. That's not right. But when it comes to like the hair situation that you experienced, and I'm sorry you experienced that, but so did she say anything? Did she say that she did it because you was white? Did she insinuate any type of prejudice, like bias against you because you're a Caucasian woman?
Yes. When I came back the second time, so she wasn't a regular hairdresser. She was there like filling in for somebody. I had never seen her before. She cut my hair the first time. And I didn't let her cut my hair the second time. But when I was waiting, because it was during COVID that I went back the second time, I was waiting outside. She came out and literally told me it was because I was white and I shouldn't have that bandana on.
Yeah, that would have been a hate crime, a racial hate crime.
So then, of course, she was racist.
Yes.
See, I see what y'all trying to do, but like, honey, like, listen.
No.
And she did not get fired
Hold on.
for it. But if I did it to her, I would be all over social media.
But watch this, right, Heaven? Watch this, right? You don't want to admit that was racist. You said the hate crime, but you won't admit it racist, right? But fine, which is disingenuous. But fine, we get past that. Let me ask you a question. People always say that you have to be the majority to have power over this country, right? They always say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which makes no sense, but they say this. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Jewish person is a minority or majority in America?
Jewish people, they're the minority.
And do black people, in fact, say Jews run America?
Yes, it's somebody that got because around these panels. Yes, I've heard that.
So therefore, they always defeat their own argument right there. Because around like 3% of Americans are Jewish people. They're a super minority. And we say they can control the masses. And then we argue that we can't because white people, because they control, there's more of them. It's a very flawed argument. And no one ever attacks it from that angle. You can't say,
But Judaism is a religion. It's not a race. They're still white people. They just believe in something different.
no, what I'm saying to you is,
It's considered a race.
it's considered race.
Wait, you said Judaism is considered a race?
You have the practice
What?
Yes.
of something, but it's a race. And people confuse the two. I like saying Muslim and Islam.
Yeah, Judaism isn't a race. That's a religion.
You know what I'm talking about?
You could be
Jewish,
white and Jewish.
I'm talking about Jewish people. Jewish people is 3% of America.
Yeah, I don't believe in that argument that the Jewish people can run the world and run everything and all that other nonsense.
No, I'm saying we say that they run America. So I'm saying is by that logic itself, they're still the minority. because Christianity is overwhelmingly the most in America.
Hmm.
So therefore, even if you want to go religion, they're still the minority. But yet we still say they have the most power in the country. So their argument is still flawed both ways. Whether you want to go religion or race, they're still considered a minority in America because America is overwhelmingly populated with Christians. Your average dollar on the back of it says what? In God we trust.
Real want to come up. I need some more opinions because I'm being attacked by a black man and a white woman. This is very unbecoming. He's a conservative black man. I feel very disrespected,
Unbecoming?
and it's very unbecoming.
I don't think we're really attacking you. I've been on mute most of the time.
No, this is the LGBT hate crime, and I'm reporting y'all to TikTok authorities. This is not going to go along with what I'm going on through. I feel very threatened, and I identify as a white woman.
All right, listen. You identify as a white woman, so therefore it's two white women going against me, and I identify as a saint.
It's because you're colored.
You could call the monkey. So I feel like I'm attacked. I'm attacked right now.
But I have a real question for y'all. Do y'all feel like this only divide really on the internet? Because I don't really see this stuff happening in real life. Like I really don't. I feel like it's something that's very. Wait, bring up for real. Bring up for real. Oh, there's some more people up here.
Okay,
Hello,
there's got to be
salutations.
another person who is Caucasian that's had something happen to them in the panel. There's got to be somebody because there's a lot of stuff I've seen.
Okay,
a lot,
hold on.
I've heard
Okay,
a lot
I gotta.
since I've come out.
Okay,
with my
demons,
story.
I summon thee. Demons, I summon thee. White devils, come around. I summon thee.
Bro. You see? No, hold on. You can't say that on my panel. Hold on. Y'all, it's a joke, but still, y'all, hold on.
I'm joking.
Always love TikTok shop.
That won't get you banned.
Yeah, listen, man. It got JD banned. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, it did.
Nah.
So let Really go, and then after Really, Million go. Go ahead, Really.
All right, so I kind of walked in and I heard people talking about the people with the tiny hats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just to protect your life, right? I'm not like throwing.
I got you.
But like, yeah, Heaven's right. There are black ones as well, and they have no power at all. Where we kind of split in the road is like, do they run everything? I don't want to say that. I just want to say that they fall in line because, look, when they were in Europe, when white folks was in Europe, before the inception of the notion of race, they really identified with their country of origin, and they hated each other, for lack of better words. They had their own bias against each other. British, even you sometimes hear it. I remember I was looking at Gordon Ramsay. And you know how he comes in and he does the restaurant rescue type deal. He called that man a French pig. And like when they come into contact with each other, like for real, they be wilding out on each other, like in the European dynamic of it. But when it comes to America, the real American dream, and it's actually propagated because I've seen Australian folks doing it too. And it's like, white men fight back, So like, something went right over here that dictated like how the world would start acting. I don't know how many places that we've been where they have these lives where they say, yo, reparations, You'll hear people from Britain all up in affairs of American business, like, why would I owe what my ancestors? And I'm like, you're not even involved in this. What's going on? But it's a code.
Hold
right?
on.
All right.
So,
you can reorient me, dog.
Now, let me tell you something real fast, right?
Yeah.
Some people classify Jews as a race, right? Some people do that.
Uh-huh.
Reality is
ethno state. Yep.
Right. Some people do that. They also classify them as an ethnic type group or a religion. What I'm saying is, either one you want to classify as that, there still is the minority of the country. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. I you know what? I would say that because they're minority in the world. There's less of them than anybody. And yet they have strongholds all over the world. So it ain't about being a minority. See, that's not what our shortcoming is. That's just a term they use.
That's what I'm going with. Go ahead. No,
they
you follow what I'm saying now, right? Go ahead.
yeah, they just use that term as far as like with us to identify that, oh yeah, we're all struggling. So if you want somebody to do some work for you, you kind of make a group. Oh yeah, we're minorities. I don't really subscribe to the term minority as a black man. I really don't subscribe to it. It doesn't really benefit us. And generally I've heard it's a liberal term. It's a trip. Well, not I've heard, I know it's a liberal term, but I'm saying, like, whenever I've heard it, it's been used to kind of assimilate us into other people's struggles, right? And other people who don't particularly care for us. We are in a unique position. And when I look behind you, I see racist. Remember last time I was here, what we were talking about? Is we talking about that again?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, very good. So, yeah.
This everybody witnessing a black on black crime. I repeat, a black on black crime.
We can't
Okay.
we can't be that. We can't be
By
we
the way, I
can't
completely agree with you.
we can't be racist. We can't. We
And that's
don't
what
have
I'm
the
saying. We don't have the power behind it. Like, if it was more of an equal playing ground in a long history of the type of thing, the only thing that I know in history that black ancestors used to call white people was the white devils, because we all used to do a lot of evil shit. But
So
okay, I
I
digress.
agree with the fact that I don't see black people as minorities. I see black people as Americans. I see us all in the body of America, and we have equal rights in America.
So
I
watch this.
don't agree with the fact
that
that black
last
people
part.
can't be racist
Hold on.
because
No, hold on. Before I let Million talk, by your logic about saying that we are the minority XYZ of the country of people saying this, by that logic, then white people in Africa can't be racist because they're the minority of the continent of Africa. By that logic, they can't be racist.
You're going somewhere, but I've already been there. I can actually use that to enhance my point.
No, I'm saying it's a foolish argument. That's what I'm saying. It's foolish. But
Yeah,
hold
the
on.
minority word is
Hold
a
on.
trick bag. It's a
No,
trick
hold
bag
on.
word.
Hold on. Before we get to that point, let me let Million respond to your original point. Go ahead, Million.
Good morning, bro.
Good morning, brother.
I hate your outfit, so good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you only wore it because you're black.
Yeah, right.
To be honest with you.
Hate.
You know what I'm saying? Hate.
Oh, hate.
All right, so I heard something this morning that really disturbs me, because the notion that black people can't be racist would literally make black people subhuman. And that's one thing that black people hate to be considered to be: subhuman. Every human being has the capability of being that word behind you, racist. Every single one. Because it's not written in your DNA, it's an action. It's an actual action, whether verbally or physically. Not mentally, because, hey, I can hate you inside my mind, but you will never know it. Just like I hate that punk ass jury set you got on. But, but in my mind, I said that. You know what I'm saying? But if I verbally say it or physically do something to show it, I can be racist. And for black men and women to say that they cannot be that's something that they cannot be simply because of the color of their skin, then you got to consider them I would consider you to be subhuman. You're not a human being. But if you say that to a black person, then that would be racist, right? so at the end of the day, it's a lot of black folk who truly understand what I'm saying, and then there's a lot of black folk that want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be racist while simultaneously not be called a racist, and then say, "Oh, white people are just racist." And then the main focus towards the hatred is literally white people. It's no other race. It's as if no other race can be called into the conversation. You made another great point about the minority situation. Again, if white folk in Africa, because that's a beautiful, beautiful analogy. If they are the minority in a place, can they be racist? And you just literally turned that whole argument back around again. A lot of black folk want their cake and they want to eat it too. What happened to that young lady was racism. It was a hate crime. Just call it what it is. Just call it what it's
Using
going
that
to be.
phrase wrong.
it's really
Man, brother, where do I start? Shit, because I
no, hold
It's cake and eat it too. It's not cake
on,
and eat it
right?
too. That
Oh,
wouldn't make
okay.
sense.
No, hold
Okay,
on,
and
right?
last but not least, right? Where does somebody start? Well, let's start with this. Let's start with the fact that people want excuses to be pieces of shit in their lives. So they do things and they say things and they say, well, no, I can't be that, and try to justify their actions thereof. So again, by all means, it's not racist to disagree with me. Hey, you just disagree with me. I just think human beings look for excuses to do horrible and insane and hurtful things to people and then turn around and say, well, I can't be that because of the color of my skin. Then that lets me know you are sub fucking human and you are below the human level, and we should treat you as such because you can't do anything that's on the human level. Every human being had the capability of being hateful and horrible to other human beings because of the color of their skin, their background, where they come from, their culture, all of it. Black people included. If you don't include black people in that shit, then we going back to being subhuman. Alan.
Hold on. Before I let Rolly respond, right? The nice and smooth once said, "You can have your cake and eat it too, girl. Cause I guess that true love just won't do."
No, I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm not
You say
dealing
you
with
want the
this
love that's true. You want the love that's new, girl. Between me and him, you got to choose, girl. All right, I get it, Heaven, because Heaven is really Kate and Edith.
no. Kate eating too. Yeah,
I
like
get it.
black people using it wrong. That's not the way
But
that phrase was.
even
But I
nice and
get it.
smooth
I let it
used it
go.
wrong, so
I
I
got
get it. All right.
I think that
Very ready.
phrase. I think
You
that
respond.
phrase should be changed. I'm gonna start here. I think that that phrase should be changed. You can't hide your cake and eat it too, because that just looks silly. But why wouldn't you
Yeah,
have cake if you
cake. That's what I'm saying. Like it
I
makes
like that.
no sense.
they
I
need
like
to,
that one. I like
you
that.
know, yeah. But here's my thing. I'm gonna start with the where he started. Like, you're not subhuman because you can't practice systematic marginalization. We can be bigoted. We absolutely can. We can be, even in some cases, outside of white people, we can be prejudiced. Remember, we discovered that last time I was here?
Mm.
So I'll give that. But what we can't do, because the active ingredient in racism is systematic power. And we just don't have that. We actually were put into a system, or it was a plot that unfurled hundreds and hundreds of years ago that would program us in the system as the permanent lower class, because they wanted to basically they wanted to outdo classes,
The demons.
right?
So I have a
Yeah,
question then.
and at that rate, when you even go to the argument, that's why I say minority is a trick bag, because they actually have a facilitation of different things they use to benign neglect us. And it involves words like minority. So when you look in places like Africa where there are white people minorities, they still got the lion's share of the resources. They still running it. So being a minority is like not the ultimate it's not the L. You know what I'm saying? That people make it out to be. The system.
I have
So
a question.
just have a question for you. Go ahead, Jess.
Okay. All right.
What about DEI? During DEI, white business people would go to work and they would try to get a job and they would be denied the job because they were white. Or when they were firing and laying people off, they were the first ones to go. And there's evidence of this, like
Well,
statistical evidence
that's
during DEI,
because
which was
that
built for minorities and not for white
you
people.
said minorities. Actually, white women benefited off of DEI. So I mean, that's what makes the word minority a trick bag. White women are minorities. You understand? So I'm
Yes,
gonna
but
say
white men are the ones that are most
that was
affected by this.
because that was the only. That's because they had everything. It had
No,
to
when
be
you
in
have
order
air
for them
traffic
to, in order for
controllers that are not
in order
trained
for
to
us
do the
to
job, keeping their
stop yelling,
job,
baby.
while
In
people that
order
are
for us
trained to do
to
it not keeping their job, and
no,
accidents
no, no, no,
happening at
no, 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 no,
airports. No,
no.
yeah, there was a lot happening in the
No, no, no,
airports
no,
with air
no.
traffic control because
Yeah,
of this.
yeah, but can you name a time that a black person crashed a plane?
Well,
No,
there were
no,
air
you
traffic
can't.
controllers that were not trained correctly, and there
Okay,
is evidence of
were
that.
they
I
black?
got a question for the
I'm just
brother.
saying,
I got a
like,
good question for the brother.
Go ahead.
okay,
You mentioned systematic, right? You mentioned systematic, right? Are you you said we at no time do we have control over any system. Did you say that?
You said, excuse me, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reiterate what you said, my brother. You said something about we never had any control over any system in this country. Did you say that?
That's correct.
So in the history of America, black men and women never had any control over any type of systems.
Now, define what you mean, because any time that we were able to quote unquote run a community, wasn't it basically destabilized? Am I bugging, or did we get communities burnt down? Did we not get communities turned into lakes? Did we not get kablooies? The only time they ever dropped kablooies in the United States, as the United States Army was on black communities, right? We never were able to do that to anybody. We don't control the military. So if you don't control the military, ultimately you really don't have a system that you control.
So our spending power isn't a system.
No, it's just the attribute. It's not just
It's
it's
just
not a system. Because if it were a
oh, okay.
system, we would have been empowered by it. Like
That's a
it's
joke.
controlled. It's absolutely
So
socially engineered.
I want to make sure my I want to make because Dan's know where I'm going. I want to make sure my history is correct. You're trying to tell me in the history of America there there were no black men and women that systematically had any power or control over any system in this country. I want to make sure we're clear on that because I'm not sure what history you have learned or information.
Whatever
You,
happened when we ever got any kind of systematic control? Whatever happened?
oh Jesus.
Yeah,
No,
we
hold
don't.
on. Hold
You
on,
can
real.
build. You can build
I'm,
a
I'm, I'm,
tower,
bro.
but
I'm
if you
asking
can't
you a simple
protect it, if
question.
you
Hold on,
can't
real.
You,
protect
Hold on,
it,
real.
I'm asking you a simple question. It's a yes or no question. In the history of America, are you saying that black people never had any control over any kind of system? That's all I'm asking you, brother.
saying no, we never did.
Yeah, about 20 kids.
Okay.
Fuck
All
you,
right, Dan,
kids.
you want to take that or me?
No, go ahead. I'm quiet.
You never heard of a brother named Tunis?
You say who?
Tunis.
Tunis. That sounds familiar. Please explain who Tunis is, and I'm gonna be
No,
able to verify
I'm
your
much rather.
statement.
Dan's got the background. He's literally able to show you who he is.
I don't know who
Okay,
that
can
is.
you
Tell me who that is.
instead of all of the
You don't,
like the little
Dan,
things,
you
can
don't
y'all
know
just
who
say who it
Tunis
is?
is?
Nope.
Well, look, I said I
Okay.
didn't know who Tunis
No, no,
was.
I didn't say you, brother. I said Dance. Dan said
Oh,
he didn't know who he was. Okay. Tunis was a brother who literally built towns and militias with nothing but all black men and women with a black dollar. Literally in this country. And his militias, his men were contracted by the United States of America. Not like, hey, you got to go fight for us. No, we're going to pay you to fight for us. That's number one. Number two, I forgot the woman's name. I gotta re-educate myself on her name. She is literally the co-founder. She was the co-founder of the Californian Bank, which today turned into Wells fucking Fargo. Black woman. Whole system. She ran a whole system in California herself. Employed thousands upon thousands of black men and women. So I'm not going to disagree with you on one thing. No, one thing you had extremely correct. Throughout history in this country, black men and women built things, cities, towns, structure. We all speak about Black Wall Street. That's one of the most famous speaking points on TikTok. You are extremely correct. And these things were destroyed by evil, hateful white men. I agree with you, 217%. But so let's fast forward it to 2025. Are we saying in our towns and cities that black men and women don't have any control over any systems in America? I want to hear that.
I'm
Be
gonna
the
say
answer.
No, we still don't. No, we still don't.
With all,
Like
with
there
all
are
our
people
black.
who there are
Okay, go ahead.
people
Go ahead.
there
I'll
are
let you answer.
people like myself and my family who do have, businesses that are in motion right now. But like it doesn't mean that we're able to systematically, especially because all of the quote unquote laws that are selectively enforced, but they'll be enforced against us, right? If I were to ever say some shit like excuse my language. If I was ever to say something like, "Yeah, I'm not hiring that dude because he's white," likely there would be some kind of infiltration that would lead to like a massive lawsuit. But if it happened the other way around, and the abundance of proof would be much higher, like we just don't have the systematic power. We don't have the magic ingredient.
So by your logic, the girl that shaved my head should have been fired immediately because she's black and she did something wrong to a white person.
What girl? What
See, you
girl?
came in too late. So I
Yeah, I didn't
came
hear
on
about
because
that.
the guy on
But
the
I don't know. I
bottom
don't
said
know.
that black people cannot do racist things to white people. So I wear bandanas on my head. I have one with lemons on it on my head right now. I went into a Great Clips to get my hair cut. But because I was wearing a bandana, the woman who cut my hair decided to shave my head down to a 1 because white women have no right to wear, quote, head rags. That's a black thing. And you're saying
Did
that
she
if a
say
black
that?
person only hired black people, which I already know is a thing, and they have black only businesses, they would get sued. But if a white person did it, they wouldn't get sued. And it's actually systematically the opposite direction at this point.
Not true. There's no such thing as a black only business. There's no such thing. There's a black owned business. There are those, but there's no black only business. That was a little
There are
extreme, don't you
women on
think?
TikTok that have
Even in our
black
business, we got
businesses
white folks
that
working.
they only hire black women, and they say it on TikTok. And they have their TikToks, and they don't want white women even speaking to them. They don't want anything but black comments.
That is correct. Unfortunately, that is actually the
No,
truth.
hold on,
She's
hold
not
on, y'all.
lying.
Hold on, y'all. So, giving her real. She gave you an example of her being mistreated by a black woman who said she's cutting her hair. She cut her hair because she wear a black bandana. That's a black thing. And you asked, did she actually say that?
She said she did that. That lady admitted to that.
That's what I was finding kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, like she
The
admitted to
woman
that.
told me,
Are you
because I
kidding
went
me?
back to Great Clips after thinking I was going to get my regular hairdresser, and the woman was there again. She wasn't a regular employee. She was like moved around. They needed help at that particular store. Yes, the second time I went, I already told them it was during COVID. I stood outside to wait to go in because we had the whole mask thing going on. She walked out to get the next person, which was me, and she straight up told me that it was because I was white and I was wearing a bandana again. And she said I needed to take that off my head. I didn't have a right to wear it. I'm white.
Ryan,
Mm.
that's a white thing. And I'm not like invalidating your experience, but I think that maybe something happened, and maybe because you have biases, and I do know a lot of white people that want to implement and kind of try to construct this
So
argument
another
of reverse
question.
racism.
No,
If
no,
I
no,
wanted
no,
to wear
no,
braids,
no,
okay, so I'm an African.
we don't do that, bro. Nah, we
What?
not do that. We're not
What?
doing that, bro.
Hold on. That's the same as Dance punching me in my face. I say, look, Dance just punched me in my face, and then you turn around and say, well, you think he might have punched you in your face, but that's because, like, what? The woman is literally the woman literally just said another human being told her she was white, so she cannot do something. And then your response was, well, nah, that's not really what happened.
Okay, all right.
Really?
What did you do about it? What did you do about
That's
it?
victim shaming.
What did you do about it?
I called corporate and
I wouldn't
made
even care if I wouldn't care if she even called Donald J. Jacques Trump. I wouldn't care if she called him. It didn't even matter. Look, bro, if I break into your house and then you call the police and the police say, well, he's not really breaking in, he just visiting. like, you'll be the first one on the phone, like, nigga, like, okay, like, bro, like, come on, bro. The one.
All right,
Well,
listen.
look, I'm not trying to make
Listen.
light of it. I'm sorry. Is it just?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make light of what happened to you, because what happened to you was fucking despicable and deplorable.
Yeah,
and
that happened to you. That's
and that
crazy.
female is a piece of shit, and I don't give a fuck what skin color she is.
I agree.
But
I
the
agree.
discount what she did, and she didn't even hide it. She said, "I'm doing this because you are white and you should not be wearing that bandana."
You let
That
her
shit
do
is
it?
fucking racist.
Yo, bro, that's like
Thank
saying
you.
Chainsaw Massacre. Yo, he's skinning people. Nah, he was cold. You know what I'm saying? He had a leather jacket, so you know he just he didn't unalive because he wanted to unalive the person. He did it because of skin. What?
Yo, get that man a
I want
coat.
to know. I just want to know. Okay. So she said, I'm going to cut your shit down to a 1 because you white and you had that bandana on.
No, she actually didn't tell me. What happened was I sat in the chair to get my hair cut, and then I felt it breezy. And I looked at my husband, and he was looking at the hairdresser behind her like, oh my God. And so, yeah. And then she goes, what? That's not what you wanted? Of course, that's not what I wanted. Like, why would I want my hair shaved down to a 1? Right? So then I left not knowing what happened, and I made a complaint that she shaved my head. And then when I went back the second time, that's when she told me it was because I was white.
After that, you beat the shit out of her, right?
No, I mean asking you, is that racist?
I'm asking because you guys are saying that
Oh,
that's not
okay.
racist.
All right. That's bigoted. And she should have fucking got in trouble. Was she the owner of the shop? Bigoted.
That's all right.
They,
So
they yelled
that's
at me when I said that shit.
Dance. Let me make sure I got this right. If let's switch the roles. White woman does that to a black woman. Is that still bigoted or is it racism?
And
Go
do
ahead,
you
brother. You
think
can
if a
answer.
white woman would get fired from her job?
No. Forget the firing part. Let's look at the action. White woman does that to a black woman. Well, I'm sorry. Does that to a black woman. Shaves a black woman's hair. Black woman comes back the next day. White woman says, "I did that because you're black." Is that racist or bigoted?
Racist.
Racist. Absolutely.
Now
With
all
my
of a
whole
sudden it's fucking
chest.
racist. Y'all,
Yeah, it's racist.
Hold on. Pikachu, I choose you. Thundershock.
Like,
Okay, you're dumb.
I
I
can't
actually,
believe y'all real. Now, real.
God.
I'm gonna play you a clip, right? Of this. There's a bunch
That's
of black
bad.
girls who jumped a white girl because they said she couldn't wear braids. Listen to this.
Young teenage girls are charged in the brutal beating of a young woman in downtown Crossing. Witnesses say as many as 20 teens swarmed that victim before the attack. Boston 25 News reporter Drew Creed is live in downtown Crossing, where Drew, police say it's a group really been harassing the area for a few weeks now.
Carrie, investigators say teenagers have been attacking people and vandalizing businesses here in downtown Crossing. Witnesses say as many as 20 teen girls as young as 12 pounced on a young woman, punching and stomping on her, all apparently because of her hairstyle.
I see them chasing her, pounding on her, knocked her off her bike and just got on her and kicking her, punching her.
The unprovoked attack that Christopher Jackson says he witnessed by the flower stand he works at involved a large group of violent teenage girls and a young woman who was trying to get away from them.
And I heard them saying something to the white girl. She had braids. The one that they beat up.
A police report says the attacker shouted white expletive with braids before the beatdown near the intersection of Washington and Winter Streets Monday night.
yep, that's the flower stand. I know exactly the
Witnesses
one.
tried to intervene. Police say the teens got violent with them too.
And they were going after them. I mean, little girls after adults.
A responding officer says one of those girls yelled at him, "What you want to do?" before being met with a sudden punch to his face. A police report says the teens also attacked other responding officers and hurled racially motivated insults at them. And what's reportedly just the latest in a recent barrage of juvenile incidents in the area, involving fighting, disturbances inside businesses, vandalism, assaults on citizens and police officers, and civil rights violations.
They always here, they always fight. And I almost called the cop.
The owner of Black Seed Cafe says the cops were called to his restaurant last month for a wild fight involving teens. And just 2 days before that, police say aggressive teens attacked an 81-year-old man inside a nearby McDonald's. Earlier that same day, investigators allege that a group of juveniles began shouting Black Lives Matter in
So, real. Was those black girls racist for beating up a white girl because she got braids? Saying she white girl
That
got
was
braids?
very bigoted, and I suspect mental illness was involved.
Bro, time out. Yo,
When I say the shit, y'all said I was crazy.
no, you know why? Y'all learn from the same crazy institution. That's why y'all crazy. And I'm gonna say it right now, right? Hold on, right? Now, what I'm gonna say is this, right? For the black people who are saying that we can't be racist and making excuses for bad behavior, and saying that we can't be racist.
Excuses. That's not excuses.
No, I'm talking about saying we can't be racist. When actually racist
I cannot be
But
racist.
there
I'm
are
powered by
there are
racism.
other bad things you can be though, but you
I get
can't be
that.
racist.
I'm talking about in the name of racism. They're being bad under the name of racist. So I'm saying right now, if you're saying that we can't be racist, all the pro-black out there that I'm blackity black and I'm black, y'all, to the people that that they could be racist, just start a
This
call
is
and say black people are subhuman.
dance.
Say black people
This
are.
is
Hold on, Leon. Say black people are aliens. Say black people come from Mars. Say black people come from Jupiter. Say black people come from Venus. Don't call us humans again. Because what you're in fact saying is that we are not human. When you're saying we're not racist. From your human being or person, remember, people or person means you're human, then anyone can do this. Because the notion, the narrative is that we can't be it because we didn't create it, which makes no sense. By that logic, we can't speak English because we didn't create English. We can't speak Spanish because we didn't create Spanish. We
Are
can't
you
do
talking
Kung
about
Fu or
being a
learn
person?
Kung Fu.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
No, hold on. I'm
Good
about
straw man. That's a straw man.
No, I'm talking about the Looney Tune of people who says this. Not saying you said this. There are people on my platform who said black people can't be racist because a white man made it up. And I'm like, yo, by that logic, you're saying we can't be something that we didn't create. That doesn't make sense. So I'm saying I'm naming a bunch of things that black people didn't create.
I'm gonna put context on it.
No, my whole point is
because it's not so much that we didn't make it up.
Here's my
We
last
did
point I
not
want to make, bro.
build.
No, here's my last point I want to make to you, bro. What I'm saying to you is, we keep saying in racism while being racist at the same time. And if we want to truly end racism, you can't keep teaching the kids racist ideologies and dumbass shit that say they can't be racist. And then you say black people can't be racist, and you say white people have privilege automatically because they're white. And then turn around and blast. Hold on. And turn around and you blast Whitney Houston. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let
This
them
motherfucker.
teach them all the beauty difference that's inside.
Dance is too like I can't deal with him.
I'm just listen.
To make it
Keeping it a buck. Keeping it a buck.
I can't deal with him.
Keeping it a buck.
I'm done.
There ain't never been a time. Let's put it like this.
Never to.
Let's put it like this.
Go ahead, keep on. Go ahead, keep 100, bro.
You're teaching the kids racist shit.
Yeah, let me do this.
You believe they are our future.
Okay, yes, I do, and I don't teach them racist stuff. I can't because I'm not racist. I can't be.
Not you.
Now, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well,
no.
Let me keep it 100. They're a fucking disgrace to our people. If you say you can't be a racist while simultaneously doing racist shit and yelling racist shit out of your mouth physically and all that, you're a fucking disgrace to our people. You're a disgrace to any intelligent black man or woman who holds intelligence dearly. You're a disgrace to any law-abiding black man or woman in this country who only just want to own a business, go to work, go to church, take care of their grandbabies. And if anybody keep all this, they bigoted. Let me get this straight. A bigot says some shit verbally, get the fuck on somewhere. A racist punch and beat on a little white girl just for simply existing as a white girl. And then if authorities come and try to stop this shit, all of a sudden, you can catch this shit. Now I don't know if the little girls are being racist towards the police officers. That's debatable. But to the little white girl, they went and attacked the little white girl for existing with a hairstyle. And said, hey, that white bitch is doing yada, yada, yada. Just for existing with a hairstyle. and you got the nerve to say, "Oh, that's bigoted and not racist." But if
is.
it's but if it happens to a, but let me get this straight with all our fucking black intelligence out here, right? Everybody who claim to be fucking black and intelligent. But if it happens to a little black girl with 20 white girls, then it's racism. That's the evils of the black community. That's the reason why you got a bunch of motherfuckers in the goddamn way that need to be removed. Those 20 little girls, I'm praying that them, their parents, their grandparents, anybody fucking associated with them in the community get placed the fuck out of the community. They are fucking cancer. And you can say
Aaron,
what the fuck you want to say.
what if they're rebelling against
They are
their
cancer.
parents? I'm
They're
just
fucking
saying.
cancer.
So
They're cancer.
why is it though? Why is it though that when stuff like that happen in the white community, it gotta be mental health illness? It gotta be we gotta put
We
a
ain't
more of
talking
an
about the white
emphasis on this,
community.
that, and the third. Well,
Stop
we can't
moving the
talk about
goalposts, black
racism.
man.
We can't talk about black people
Stop
without
moving the
talking about white
goalposts,
people.
black man. You had
We
20
can't talk
fucking
about black.
teens.
We
Stop
can't
moving the
talk
goalposts,
about.
black man.
Well, aren't we
That's what
talking
black
about a
people like
white
to
girl?
do. We're talking about
See?
20 fucking black girls
Oh
who looked
boy.
at this little white girl and said,
Listen.
"We are fucking you up because you white." That's what they
Listen.
did.
So I don't care what your skin color is. If you're committing a crime and it's not out of necessity, because I do have a little sympathy for somebody who might steal because their stomach's hurting and they're hungry, right? So I'm not going to say all crime is like just ridiculous and heinous and degenerate. But if you're committing a crime that has an actual victim, like what they did, on the guise of race, it's wrong. They should be in jail. They should be institutionalized. There's no doubt in that. I'm not defending their actions, right? I'm just simply outlining that based on the system that we have where things can happen to kids, right? And depending on what their race is, and it'll have a different connotation. It'll have a much different. There's a dude who just fucking got away with a whole bunch of graping, and he ain't doing a day in jail. He got away with a bunch
Hey,
of
Days,
graping.
didn't the people who
Hold on.
unalive Ahmaud Arbery go to fucking prison for a hate crime? Didn't they
Yeah.
get convicted of hate crime because of racism? Wasn't it
Yep.
racist for them to target Ahmaud Arbery? Right? But
Absolutely.
as soon as black girls target a little white girl, it's only bigoted instead of racism.
Hold on. I want to play.
That's hypocritical,
Hold
man.
on. I want to play
That's fucking hypocritical.
I want to play 2 clips, right? I always use the Peter Griffin logic, right? When I see a lot of white liberals or black people saying that black people can't be racist, and I always say they remind me of this type of logic. I'm gonna let it play for a second, and I'm gonna let 2 clips play and see if y'all get it.
Sorry, retarded.
Oh, that's okay then.
You don't know any better.
Oh, bless your heart.
Jeez, did you hear me a second ago? I'm retarded.
Now that's one clip, right? Now here's the second clip. Let me see if y'all get it.
Right. Done.
Peter!
What? I don't know any better.
Peter, I don't like this. You are really starting to take advantage of this whole situation.
He's just expressing himself.
Did y'all get that? And what I'm gonna say to you is this: black people act like special needs people because we say we can't be racist while being racist. And then it's no different than Peter Griffin abusing that he's R, saying, "I don't know any better. I'm R," while doing degenerate stuff under the name R. So there's people who say I can't be racist and then do degenerate shit to white people because they say they can't be racist. It is a foolish, brain dead argument. Do it make sense, y'all? Now,
Yeah, it's like you're totally.
I completely agree with you. However, I do have to go. Thank you so much for letting me be on your live.
You have a great
Nice to
day.
meet you, Jess. Have a good
Thank you,
day.
Jess.
Sorry that happened.
Yeah, but
let heaven go
yeah,
with that.
that was fucked up
for a
too.
while. Let heaven go with the UK. Bro.
But no, don't abscond from the fact that the active ingredient in racism is systematic power. The whole point is there was never a black supremacy, right? There was always this thing called white supremacy, right? And it hasn't gone away. It hasn't gone anywhere. And it doesn't mean that we're less than. It doesn't mean that white people are actually supreme. It literally just means, hey, there's a group of people that can unalive another group of people with impunity. Like it's more likely to be okay for one group to unalive another group, right? That's what that comes down to. And that's like the whole crux. Racism is like a element of the religion of white supremacy.
Look, man, if you want to do bad stuff to white people, just go do it. Don't make no excuses.
I don't do bad stuff to
Hold on,
nobody.
I'm not saying
hold on.
I'm not saying
Hold
you.
on.
I'm not
Hold
saying
on,
you.
hold on.
I'm talking
Hold
about
on.
in general.
Hold on.
Like,
Damn. I'm like, what the hell?
And to my main man, Peter. Right, Peter? Right. High five. All right. John.
Peter!
What? I don't know any better.
That's why y'all remind me of that. High five. All
that's why I
right.
said dance. That's why I said dance. If you wanna go commit crimes, beat up little, you wanna go get together with your friends and go find little white girls to go attack in the middle of the street and then attack the cop. If you want to do whatever you want to go do, cool. Just go do it. Do me a favor. Stop saying because of a system of racism. You just want to be an evil piece of shit. Just stand 10 toes down on it and be an evil piece of shit. Don't put race on it.
Let Heaven go. Heaven.
I'm not sure who you're talking to.
Heaven.
I'm talking in general, not to you, brother. I don't know you personally.
Hold on, Leon. Heaven. Can blacks be racist?
Yeah.
Huh?
Excuse me, what'd you say? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Can a black person be racist?
Can a black person be racist?
Yeah. Can black people be racist? Matter of fact, Heaven, do me a favor. Ask Will that question. I want you to ask Will that question.
Real.
Listen.
Can black people be racist?
No.
All right.
What you said?
I said no.
Every time I hear that.
I'm here to lend a hand to my main man, Peter. Right, Peter? Right.
It don't make a difference if you shame my understanding and you shame my perspective.
Bro, it's high five.
It don't make a difference. It doesn't make it any less true because you got a mechanism going.
All right. That's what that is, bro.
I hear you. Nope. In any case, we can't. I mean, I'm high-fiving you because I'm letting you think whatever you want to think. But
all right, so can black be racist, bro?
I said no, but you can think you can think they can. You can think they can if you'd like to. You can think they can if you'd like to. You're entitled to your own opinion. We can't all be right. Dance, we can't all be right.
I get it, but high five. All right, bro. It's right. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I guess we are all right. See, you're saying it. only I'm right. I wouldn't high five you because you're wrong. But I mean, if you want to do it, then that's fine, buddy.
No, my point is,
you want another high five?
I'll give you a high five, all right, and then turn around and be racist to white people.
Do you want another high five?
Yes.
All right.
All
awesome.
right.
All right. All right.
All right. So last words, y'all. I'm gonna give Heaven the last words, then Million, and then we're gonna end it off with Real. Go ahead, Heaven.
I want to say I'm gonna have this question. Since I'm biracial, could I be like half racist though? Because my dad is white though.
No, you're black.
That remind me of Lenny Kravitz. When he found out that Optimus Prime Family Guy. When he found out that Lenny Kravitz he was split in half, and then he found out that Optimus Prime was Jewish. That shit was hilarious to me. Peter Griffin. Family Guy's my favorite cartoon.
That's hilarious.
He said, Optimus Prime, you're Jewish? He part of Yamakata. That was crazy. No, go ahead, Heaven. Go ahead. Last words. My bad.
I was gonna say thank you, Dan Maddox, for letting me be on your panel. I enjoyed the energy. Well, I do feel like probably I think biracials you can be racist because you have a white parent, you can be racist. So I probably have to be racist. But all I want to say is, you say good day, monkeys. You know, all you animals and demons of alike. Go right ahead, Real.
I think it's Million. I'm going. I can't be racist, man. I'm black. I don't have the.
All right, is it on? All right. Well, I gotta go too, but I'm gonna say this: So all the white folk listening, you might want to do yourself a favor. You know, if you got a black friend or any new black friends you're coming in contact with, I think you need to ask them if black people can be racist. If they say no, you need to unfriend them or get the hell on, because you might get your ass whooped out there for wearing the wrong hairstyle. Y'all have a great day.
You too, but before we really go, here you go, real.
Optimus Prime? He's Jewish?
Bro.
Go ahead, real.
All right. So to Million's point, if you black with a white friend, ask them if they're in favor for reparations for the descendants of
Jesus
slaves here
Christ.
in America. And if they say no, unfriend they ass because they just like the feeling.
That's
of
one
being
conversation
your
I'm
white
tired of
baby.
hearing about.
And on the other end of that, man, we can't be racist. We can be bigoted. We actually, and we're not void of being evil and doing evil things, but we have to keep things in the right context. We don't have a system that favors us. We don't have a system that really moves for our upward prosperity, and we get it out the mud. So I want to say we are absolutely the picture of in spite of, because there are a lot of wonderful black people who have done wonderful things in this country and even around the world. So I want to shout y'all out. It's not hopeless. It's not destitute. And I also want to shout out the white people who understand that kind of thing. I want to shout y'all out as well, because they do exist, and they exist in a good enough number where I see y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, so it's my go, right? First of all, I want to give a shout out to everyone who gave their views on this topic and was a part of the conversation, right? Because we tried to learn here. I have to give a shout out to Lisa from earlier, who admit, yeah, black people wasn't. She said black people can be racist. Then came around and said, you know what? They actually could be, because I broke it down. So I want to give a shout out to her most definitely. And I also want to end this off when playing one of my favorite theme songs of all time. You know what I'm saying? There's no words to this song. It's just a beat. It's just a jingle. That show brought black families, white families together like no other show that I have seen before in my life. Black families will run home and watch All My Children and watch a predominantly white cast perform. And it was beautiful. There was no racism. It brought us together. This show wasn't made just for white people. It was made for people. So this show is my way of bridging the gap between race relations, because every time I play this song, no matter if you're white or black, it brings you back to a time when you remember watching this show when your mother or grandmother told you, don't turn my channel. You have to watch this show the whole way through until 3 o'clock comes, and that's when the cartoon come on. Heap clip, no one should terrorize the neighborhood. You bring back memories to us. So to that, I salute y'all. I thank y'all, and I'll be back on tonight. And real and heaven, y'all welcome to come to my platform anytime, bro.
All right. Peace, love, salutation, monkeys.
There you go, man. Yo, real might get upset behind that, but it's Freezer reference.